Hello guys and welcome back. My name is Bam Havoc. Today joining me for this week's segment is G. We're going to be talking about upcoming games that we thought were interesting in April. Yes, quite a few indies out there. Not really a lot of mainstream games. April is normally quite a dead month when it comes to games, but we've managed to cherry pick a few that we thought were quite interesting. G, say hi.
Hey everybody, yes it is, as Bam say, upcoming games. And it's interesting because we've just watched the Sony PlayStation with their upcoming games. But of course they are covering, rest of the year apparently. Games that are coming out in the fall and what have you. This one, just April.
Just April, boys and girls, just April. And to start us off is a game called Far Lone Sales. Starts on the 2nd of April, PS4 and Xbox One. No Nintendo Switch for drag. Oh boo-hoo. Guys, essentially this is a combat-free walking simulator in a vehicle. It's very cute, very chintzy. I quite like the look of it, G. It seems to have quite a somber, sort of sad story to it that I actually want to go and play it and find out what it's trying to tell us.
Oh yeah, I should probably mention this is already out on Windows and macOS since May last year, but I got to play this, 2017 at Gamescom. It's an interesting game. Well, as you say, yeah, walking sim is probably the correct term for it. It's a side-scrolling 2.5D vehicle walking sim. You have to maintain your vehicle as it traverses across this more or less like a lake bed and a desolate area. There's a bit of town, bit of stuff in the background, and that's all you have to do is maintain the vehicle while being told the story of why everything is so desolate. It's a
yeah, this one's actually quite difficult to sort of nail down to tell you what type of game it is. I can see G struggling there, so I think the term walking sim isn't necessarily encapsulating the game in a nutshell, but there's a lot more to it than just that. Isn't that right, G?
Yeah, and the core thing is, it's puzzles, like some walking sims are, but it's combat-free. So you can even throw this at, people who don't want to do combat-based games. There's quite a few out there. This is an excellent little one.
This seems to be a very excellent take on storytelling and making you maintain the vehicle that you then become attached to, and you want to see it proceed and progress and reach the end of its destination. So yeah, it kind of reminds me of those sorts of games that the PlayStation 3 had on the old bits and pieces. But yeah, it looks like a good game. I'm actually quite keen to see it reach high heights on the PS4.
Yeah, and when you say storytelling, environmental storytelling, not necessarily explicit or direct storytelling, very much environmental, something that I like games are exploring more and more.
Right, on the 3rd of April, boys and girls, HyperParasite. Windows. Yes, Drac has scribbled in pencil over here, $9. So yes, as we all know, HyperParasite, or you might not know, is an 80 glam-styled sort of control game. G, more information about it, please, because it reminds me of the sort of retro 80s. It really does. Really does.
Oh yeah, it's full-on 80s, yeah, it's like glam visuals, music. It's a bit comical. You play as a hyperparasite, which is a parasite that takes over other parasites. This is an interesting little take. You take over humans and then control these humans and basically just kill everything. The story is World War III has been there, everything's terrible, and you are then a hyperparasite who's come to Earth somehow and are taking over humans and just wiping out all the other humans. You're actually the enemy in this one. Should note, it's early access, April 3rd.
The way I see it, it's a parasite inception. You're the hyperparasite within a parasite within a parasite within a parasite. So yeah, that's the way I see it. It's like 80s glam inception right here, playing before your very eyes. I like the sort of style of it. It is quite humorous. Quite humorous.
Yeah, and guess what? We didn't mention this, but we're heading off right around this time, April 3rd, to EGX, and HyperParasite will be playable at EGX.
Correct. Which is why we're covering it, funny old thing.
I do hope they'll let us try it.
I'm sure they will. Two crazy guys wearing really odd outfits to compete a game? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I got you the butterfly outfit, G.
Oh dear no.
Right, boys and girls, the 5th of April, Dance of Death. Dulac and Faye. Now, I didn't really know what to make of this one. It's written by Batman Arkham Knight and Killzone. It's got a few BAFTAs, whatever have you. But, I didn't really know what to make of it, G.
Okay, well, you're up in the UK, so you must have heard about the Autumn of Horror back in the 1880s.
Right, you're talking about Jack the Ripper and the such, right? I was not around in those days, and I'm old and decrepit, but I'm not that old, G.
Oh, come on, it's history lesson lessons. Yes, Jack the Ripper. It's set in 1888's London, where you have to explore and solve actual historical murders. There were 5 of them, the 5 women. And this one they've gone back and they've actually studied the hell out of both 1888, London, and these murders. And what you're presented is historically accurate stuff. So they've really gone into some nitty-gritty details to get you this. And an interesting twist, well, there's a few of them, but one of them is that Mary Kelly, the prostitute, you can sort of play as her. That's the one we don't know about. That's the one, when everybody said Jack the Ripper murdered prostitutes, sex workers. Well, no, she's the only one we have reason to believe is one. The other ones had, family and stuff saying, no, they're not. So taking that approach and saying, okay, the one we know the least about, but the one who's kind of set the tone for pretty much every Jack the Ripper retelling there is, they've taken her and used as a character.
An interesting take on another retelling. That's the way I see this, to be fair. Great sort of artistic style with this. It does remind me of Fable, that sort of artistic sort of style behind it. Lots of reds and golds.
Yeah, I'm curious about mostly, you're right about this visuals, but the voice side. They have some awesome voice actors, and I've been listening to some of the work, and there's been an AMA, Ask Me Anything, over on Sally's Games Discord, where we've kind of followed them. They've gone all out on the voice work for this one. Look at the trailer. If you're on the YouTube, it'll be running in the background, but check it out. Go look for it where you can actually hear the voice acting. It's really good.
Well, funny old thing, like I said before, Jessica Sanders, BAFTA, all that jazz, right? Now, that just tells me they've gone all out into the audio bits and pieces. Now, what makes a great game? Visuals or the story? And when you say visuals, well then, you're deliberately cutting out audio, timing, humor, drama, excitement, betrayal. Visuals isn't everything in a game. I think these guys are focused a lot on the core of what a game is. Audio, visuals, story. And it being a retelling with a bit of a twist on it actually lends a nice new hand to the sort of Jack the Ripper sort of murders.
Yeah, and of course, and the other little twist is Arthurian legends. There's actually, the romantic knight Lancelot is one of the characters.
Yeah, I caught that. I'm interested to see how Lancelot and the dog solve Jack the Ripper murders. Again, fresh twist on it, but we shall see. Anyway, moving on. Same day, 5th of April, Not My Car. Yeah, guys, this is essentially PUBG button cars. And they quite literally say that everything else is just a walking simulator, referring back to our last comment about far sales. Yeah, I could see this happening, really. I see Drax put down here, PUBG meets Twisted Metal. I'm thinking more Carmageddon.
Definitely also Carmageddon. There's all of those, the physics of it, or the physicality of it, gives me a bit of a Switchblade feel. But yeah, PUBG meets various let's drive cars and break things, right?
Yeah, but funny enough, right, the 9th of April is Dangerous Driving, is a Burnout-styled arcade racing, sort of dodge, crash, boost, jump, all sorts of bits and pieces. Not My Car is out on Windows on the 5th of April. Dangerous Driving is out on Windows, PS4, X1, roughly around the same sort of time. I'm starting to pick up a bit of a theme here. G?
Yeah.
Why do I detect a theme here, G? Death, vehicles, more death, dangerous driving. What are you trying to say, G?
Well, it's just as much Not My Car as a new take on Battle Royale. Let's get that out there. It's a Battle Royale. And the April 5th is the beginning, I think, of the Founders Week. So there might be another week until everybody can get in. But, more Battle Royale? Why the hell not? Dangerous Driving, on the other hand, Burnout. Come on, that's an awesome series. Burnout Paradise, loved it.
You just like crashing into things.
Well, that's what Burnout is, right?
And I think you and Drac are trying to say, bam, don't get crashed into. Because I know you guys keep taking the mickey out of me for getting run over at least twice a year.
That's not until the 12th.
I see what you've done there.
Yeah, yes, you keep getting run over, but to be fair, you jump in front of them.
I do. Anyway, moving swiftly on. G, what is happening on the 11th of April? I'll let you call this one out, because it's a bit of a spurious sort of game.
Okay, I hope we kind of skipped that one. Yeah, Drac added Weedcraft, April 11, to the list, where it's a sim.
California hippies right here. Thank you, Drac. Thank you.
I guess it's a sim game where you sim growing and selling weed, and, knock yourselves out.
It's basically a planting simulator. It's like Farmer Simulator 2015. There you go, farm.
Yeah, farm sim. Or, what is it, Harry Potter, where they have to learn about herpetology or something. Replanting those mandrake things. Yay.
Okay, Jeeves has gone super geek mode. Happy days.
You wait until your kids are a couple years older.
I'm sure they will be very soon. Right, the game you've pulled in here for me, Diesel Brothers, a truck building simulator. I see the theme of BAM and vehicles and simulator is running through this month's games, G. Are you like the micromanaging games, G?
I like micromanaging games. Diesel Brothers Truck Building Simulator out April 12 on Windows. Probably not my kind of game, but for people who like the Discovery TV show that I have literally never heard of. I guess it's a thing. You get to choose your engine and everything and build a diesel-based truck, and it will pollute a lot less that you do it on a computer. I'm sort of thinking it's similar to, mentally, mechanically, to the computer building simulator. There's that PC Master Racer sim.
I have no idea. This game completely caught me off guard. And if you want to build badass diesel trucks, crack on. It does remind me of the TV show in the UK that I can't remember right now, but they build robots and they fight each other.
Scrappy Challenge?
No, that's humans in a scrapyard building awesome inventions to compete against each other. Robot Wars, there we go. This game reminds me a lot of Robot Wars and the sort of building and the mechanical bits and pieces when it comes to building an actual robot, i.e. truck. So that's what it looked like to me. It looked very different.
Can I just say, the same people are making Deadliest Catch, the game, which was one of Discovery TV's greatest hits in newer times, and Alaskan Truck Sim, which is also based off of some Discovery TV show apparently. There seems to be a theme that...
Ice Road Truckers!
Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think it's a spin-off of it or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get to simulate driving a truck in Alaska as opposed to literally the truck sim that lets you drive around Europe and UK and US.
Exciting stuff in April, guys. See, I told you, April tends to be a bit slow when it comes to games. We had to scrape many barrels for these games. 15th of April, One Finger Death Punch 2.
Yeah,
This is your game, isn't it?
No, not so much. It's just one of those, I guess, One Finger Death Punch was an awesome game. It did a lot of interesting stuff. This is just more of the same. There's more of everything. There's more moves, there's more settings, there's just more, and it's more polished and it's prettier. But it's still just One Finger Death Punch.
Kind of thought the aim of One Finger Death Punch was you kind of One Finger Death Punched everything. So there we go.
Yeah, and it's still the same. There's a button for attacking right and a button for attacking left, basically.
Yep, the powers of description of April is just fascinating. Right, World War Z, April 16th. Yeah, it's just World War Z, the game, coming out April 16th. Yeah, that's it. Cool. Brad Pitt. Yeah, Matt Damon. No, wait, Matt Damon wasn't in that. Never mind. Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I'm the same. It's World War Z. Done. It's...
yeah, that's it really as well. But here we go, G. Here we go. Mortal Kombat 11, April 23rd. Surely you like some Mortal Kombat, G. Fisticuffs and the like.
You know, I used to. The really old ones, Mortal Kombat 2 or 3. I liked those. They were fun, but it's just not me anymore. And at this point, Mortal Kombat 11, couldn't they just have done like a yearly release of the same game and just say we polished it? No.
Yeah, that's what they're doing, bro.
I mean, it looks really nice. It looks really pretty.
It does.
I'm assuming the story is the exact same because the characters and the backgrounds and all of that is the exact same. Everything that I've seen. It's just... Yeah, sure, it's prettier, but is it? If you're into Mortal Kombat, if you're into those brawlers, by all means, this looks like a really awesome game.
Well, believe it or not, I played the Mortal Kombats in the arcade with the sticks and the button. Those are the Mortal Kombats I enjoyed. You know, finish him, all that sort of stuff. Loved it. Like you said, Mortal Kombat's more like, it's just more of the same, really, isn't it? You in the earlier Mortal Kombats we've obviously played. It's just basically new takes on the same essential story. You still get the same characters, you know, sort of nostalgia character, but there's also a lot of new characters as well. And some of those new characters are OP as balls, bro. OP! And it's very difficult to sort of take the older characters that you know work and then play with the new characters because you know the new characters just OP, bro. So, yeah, Mortal Kombat 11. Yay, crack on. I think it's just more of the same, really. It's a brawler, isn't it? It's like Tekken. I played Tekken 3, 4, and 5. Essentially, I'm no longer that, how do you say, my dexterity of my fingers and my reflexes just is not that good anymore. I can never get the combos right, and therefore I faded out. Yes, I'm a has-been. I has been playing them games long ago.
Oh yeah, I'm probably also age catching up.
Okay. A little from the age.
It was there in the PlayStation even showed it off. Oh, look, it's coming to PlayStation. It was the final one of their little presentation. Everybody's excited for this, and I agree. It looks like it's really awesome. If you're into it, go check it out. Go buy it. Go do all the things. Me, my broken hands, nah.
April 26th, Days Gone. Essentially, it's World War Z, but not with Brad Pitt. It's more of a sort of cooler version of it, I want to say. Yeah, it feels more dangerous just by watching the trailers. It's more sort of visually, I don't want to say pleasing, because essentially this guy's getting hammered by all these zombies. But, it looks like a game I might get into, and I don't like them zombie games. I'm not really a fan of the horde sort of shooters. I prefer me some first-person shooter against other people, not necessarily robotic sort of AI that you can easily just carve huge swaths down with your automatic fire.
Well, it isn't zombies, it's freakers. They've given it a different name.
The difference is, they're zombies, bruh. Zambi is a zombie.
It looks like it'll have a pretty okay story. I'm still on the fence with this one, because just slaughtering zombies doesn't do anything for me either. There has to be some kind of reason, there has to be ways of not slaughtering them, and not necessarily stealth, but there has to be story elements that kind of sort of support it. This one looks like it'll have it. Not necessarily a particularly branching story, particularly replayable story, but enough for once, right?
Well, there have been some brilliant stories around the whole sort of zombie genre, and those games are amazing.
Hello, Naughty Dog.
Well, I'm hoping this is going to be more of the same of that, rather than just, Left 4 Dead sort of scenario. Although Left 4 Dead have a bit of a story behind it, but not as good as the other ones.
Yeah, so when this was revealed, particularly Jolly, but also to some degree me, were quite excited because it looked like the mechanics of the game were solid. Last trailer showed less of the mechanic, more of the story, so there's that question, are they scaling back the mechanics, or are they keeping it, or they're just not showing it? I'm on the fence with this one. I think I might like it. I'm not sure.
Speaking about dogs and zombies, there's a game coming out, believe it or not, my favourite word of the day, on the 30th of April, Save Your Nuts. Dachshunds versus squirrels or chipmunks. I can't really tell which one that is.
Squirrels, according to the text at least.
Well, it's got patterns of chipmunks on it, bro. So, I've never seen a squirrel with a white line down its back and tail. Only chipmunks and skunks. 3 types of squirrels I know. Grey, red, and black. I don't see a squirrel like that before. Unless I might be mistaken.
No idea. It's about nuts, okay?
It reminds me of Chip and Dales. You know the Chip and Dale dudes?
Really?
No, wait, whoa. No, not the Chip and Dales, but Chip and Dale. The 2 chipmunks from Warner Brothers. Were they Warner Brothers? Or were they Disney? No, they're Warner Brothers, aren't they? Yeah. Oh god, I don't know. God. Were they, Chip and Dale? The guy with the red nose and the other one that was always clever?
Is that the one where they were also at some point working aircraft and stuff?
Oh, Jesus. I'm having to reach back now. I know there was something called Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers from back in the day when I was 4. Was I 4? Jesus, I was young.
Were you ever?
These are the things I'm quoting now. They're the chipmunks, right? And I can't remember whether they're Warner-based or Disney-based. I'm sure they're Warner.
You could have Googled it in the time you just spent. I
don't know. I'm going to say Disney. I'm going to put my bets on Disney. Nice game, actually. Quite cute.
Yeah, I think that's mostly it. It's like a football match or a capture the nut kind of gameplay, right?
Capture the nut. Me.
And yeah, two teams fight over nuts, get them into your basket. Seems to be a few different game modes. I think it's mostly on the list. Drac mostly put it here because of the title, Save Your Nuts. But it actually looks like a really fun, cute little thing.
Well, the joke's on him. I like playing with me nuts. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean.
I don't want to know.
So here we go. Right, last game we have on our list, guys. Last game on the radar. 30th of April as well. Fade to Silence.
A post-apocalyptic survival RPG set in a frozen hellscape.
And I won't lie, the first 9 seconds scared the living crap out of me.
Really?
Well, think about it this way, G, right? I'm busy researching all the bits and pieces, right? And I've got my headphones in, and then all of a sudden, snow, storm, dead body. It's like, whew, that gave me a bit of a jump. Things are looking good.
It looks really awesome. I like because it's the whole frosty thing. Cold and deadly world, they say. A post-apocalyptic winter. Everything is white and grey and dark. Like there's very little color, and the imagery they've kind of put up at least looks really nice, and it ties into that. I'm Scandinavian. It might just be triggering memories, but visually this is really where I love this kind of what you can do with games, the way you can play without colors, minimal colors in a setting like this. It looks really awesome.
Definitely post-apocalyptic, right? But I really do think it can be polished a bit more. This is me being uber picky. Definitely can be polished a bit more. The black and white with the subtle tones of red from the sky and the alien eyeballs and whatever have you, I think it's quite nice. And you're depriving people of the essentials and aesthetics of what a game looks like, and then when you see these bursts of color, they stick out more vividly, and it looks like it's going to be a good story to this. So rather interesting. I will be keeping my eye on this.
Yeah, the eldritch monsters, as they refer to them, they've added quite a bit of red to them, so they kind of stand out.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the story because we don't really see much. It's a survival RPG, but nowadays RPG tends to mean more that there's statistics and stats and numbers than that there's a role that you're playing. So I'm worried for the story side of this, but visually it looks good. Mechanically it looks very inspired from later God of War games. Hunting and remember to shoot the deer in the right place as he taught his kid and all these things. So I'm curious how it will actually play, but there's just one way of finding out. Get the game.
Play the game. Exactly. I won't lie, this is an interesting game. I'm not into the sort of survival horrors, right? I really am not. It's not my sort of style. As I said before, I'd much rather be in Battlefield 4 grinding. But this game just, interesting. The way they've set it, the way they designed it, and the way there's like especially in the YouTube sort of trailer video, there's an overarching sort of voice that's quite deep. I like it. I like what they've done here. The visuals is quite pleasing.
Yeah, I get worried when it's, as I said, the visuals is white and grey for a lot of it, and then they named the protagonist Ash. Like, a little bit on the nose.
Right guys, believe it or not, that is our upcoming games for April that we thought were particularly interesting. Yes, as I've said beginning of this, the games are thinly spread across the ground. We picked our games that we thought were interesting. Yes, we've lightly touched upon a few games that we had to kind of mention. Mortal Kombat 11 particularly, World War Z, those are the big ones I see coming out in April because everyone loves me some Mortal Kombat, everyone loves them some World War Z, but to sort of counter World War Z, Days Gone with the zombies, Save Your Nuts, a cutesy little game about nuts, bruh. And then you come to a nice big old game, Fate to Silence. Yes. Guys, thank you very much for listening. My name is Bam Havoc. Make sure you research the games before you buy them. Don't fall into the Anthem spiral of doom. Cheers, guys. Toodle pip, TTFN.
And from me, just a reminder that you should subscribe to this thing. As always, don't forget Fridays, follow-up news. And next week, as we kind of sort of mentioned already, we will be at EGX, so you can catch us at EGX Rest in London, in person. Bam will apparently be bright neon green.
Oh, okay, we're going there, are we? Right, okay, well, apparently I'm going to be bright neon green now, suddenly, and G's going to be a butterfly wearing pink. Awesome, amazing. This is going brilliantly. Yes, we don't advertise the fact that we go to these shows very often, but hey, we thought we might as well throw a few trucks in there. Yes, we're going to be attending EGX Rest in London Tobacco Docks, guys. If you see us, because you won't miss us, trust me, you won't miss us. We'll be melting eyeballs from across the arena. Come up and say hi. We'd love to share a beer with you.
Yeah, that also means you're kind of sort of stuck with Drac from the point you hear this and about a week and a half forward. Anywho, people, ciao.